First off, could I start this video by wishing all our supporters and especially our members a happy Christmas. And although this time of the year is very difficult for victims, because irrespective of what people think, when they sit down at the dinner table, they always remember their loved ones, and it's something you just can't get away from. We do try to help the best we can. There's a number of anniversaries around Christmas and we try to help commemorate them. We also write out to as many of our people as possible to let them know we're remembering them at this time. But we'd like to thank our supporters as well. It's a credit, I'd say, to the people of Ulster who have now started to support our organisation, and it encourages us, and it also encourages the victims within the organisation. We also like to wish the PSNI, especially the local fellas, a happy Christmas, for they've done a lot of good work and they've been very helpful. I wish them a happy Christmas as well on behalf of the organisation and anybody else who has been in touch with us. Now, with that all said, I have to go on to the Chief Constable here. This man has been very badly informed about how things operate, especially in the border region. He obviously has no understanding whatsoever of the feelings, of the depth of hurt that there is within the community, and most of all, the price that's been paid to keep the border where it is today. If he did know the situation and understand it, and understand that people are still living in fear of their life, he would not make the statements that he's making. And we would call on him to come. We have an anniversary memorial service on the 5th of January at King's Mills. We would call on him to come to that and to stand with the people on the side of the road who remember the King's Mill massacre. Come along to that and listen to the people there, and you will see and hear for yourself the hurt and the suffering that still is raw today within South Armagh. Don't judge the people, especially the Protestant people of South Armagh, as some type of bigots, and the border doesn't count when the price that they've paid away above and beyond the call of duty. Something perhaps he will have to learn about. I hope not, but something he will have to learn about before he leaves Northern Ireland. But certainly under his present policy, it's only a matter of time. I hope we're wrong, but unfortunately, if you check back over our history, our statements this last 10 years, you will find things we said, things that we predicted, how they would happen and how the Republican movement would operate and how they would keep their smuggling and stuff going, because there's too much money involved for these people to walk away from it, and that's the problem. And like it or not, Mr Baggott, the victims realise that unless the money is cut off these people, they will always have to live in fear of them. And that's why it's so important to the victims that this multi-million-pound operation is knocked on the head. And sometime you will learn when you raid these places that it's better to do it when the people are there who are operating them, and to say that you can't do it because it would create too much bother. The reality is you can't do it because you would catch too many Republicans on site, some of them very senior Republicans on site, and that's the reality of the situation. If you can play with words in England, because the majority of people over there lead a different life, but unfortunately here, what goes on in our community affects us day and daily, and we are a small knit community. We know exactly what's happening, so you can spin all the stories you want to other people in other parts of the country or other parts of the United Kingdom, but don't try and tell us. If you want to know what happens in South Armagh, come to South Armagh. Don't listen to people who want to tell you what you want to hear. Listen to the people on the ground, because we're sick and tired of people like you. And you'll go home. If you last 5 years, I don't know, you mightn't last a year, or whatever time length of time you do last, but you'll have the privilege of going back to wherever you come from. We live here, and